So quickly, I'll take a breath and just give you some key takeaways there that I've already talked about. Got to get the semantic definitions done, ready. Like, it's no longer something that you can kind of fix on the go. Not if you're going to scale. You can do small amounts of agentic work if you want on individual use cases, but semantic layer's got to get done. So you need to take your data architects out, buy them a beer, and make friends with them, because they're the ones who can do that properly, right? Making sure you integrate governance and quality and data debt detectives into your workflow, into the actual flow that the agents are going to be working in and the data that they get. So it needs to be fully integrated. So I've always thought of governance as, you've got your retrospective command down approach, which was traditional and started in the 10s, really, particularly in banking. And then there was a switch to use case data governance and quality, where I identified the ones with the highest value or the ones with the most risk, and you work on those. And then, we've certainly moved to then data governance by design, building it on the semantic layers, building it with the semantic layers. And then the next step is going to be, how do we get that being active agents monitoring at the time? Data lineage will become very important. If some of those other things are going to work properly, it's going to need to be automated and travel with the data. And then making sure that everyone's clear on you've got to do it safely and responsibly, or there will be some really big screw-ups. I think there already have been a couple of big screw-ups, but it could be enterprise threatening if you get it really wrong. And then not forgetting what Andy reminded us earlier on, connect it to value wherever you can, driving measurable value. I don't think that's as hard as it used to be, given our CEOs, given our CFOs, given our boards are now driving for AI to become much faster, right?
Going back to what I was talking around agentic-ready AI data, and the things that Paul was talking around, being able to get easy access, being able to have current, continuously updated data, the governance, consistently all the way through, talking about the governance. But there was two other themes, metadata and context. And if you were in the keynote yesterday, context is king. Now, what do I mean? So, give you my context is, Precisely, I've been looking after data products. I've built data products for over 30 years now. Been doing it 14 years at Precisely. Metadata is now becoming as important, if not more important, than the actual data itself. And that's what our customers are looking for. And it means not just file structures or descriptions of what the attributes mean. It is how that data is connected, how you use that data, and all the different elements of that. And that then rolls into context around how can you use that data in the business. As Paul said, they're in a regulated industry. You have to have really good rules. And the agents need to know those rules. It needs to know its guidelines and its borders, what it should and should not do. And I think one of the interesting things is, as we interact with that, I think we're going to have to be more knowledgeable, and I think we're going to be more intellectually curious around how we manage those things, and I think that's quite an interesting part of it. So how are Precisely helping their customers achieve AI-ready data? It's really through our data integrity suite. It's an agent-led system orchestrated through our Geo AI assistant, and those agents give access to a series of capabilities around governance, observability, data quality, geocoding, data products. Now, an interesting layer within all of that now, for all of us, is the use of MCPs. That layer where you, as a user, are coming up with questions in English, and the MCP is translating those into the code that those capabilities, APIs, need to be able to run that question. So that layer is becoming very important. And then what underlines all of that is our AI and agentic fabric, which is really ensuring that those processes are running on the data in situ. You're not moving it around all over the place. It's where that data lives, be it Snowflake, Databricks, wherever you've got that placed, and having the catalog and metadata associated with that capability.